So we'll start the group mock interview. Okay, so how many people are there in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more person has joined. Kanakalakshmi, I guess. Kanakalakshmi, please turn on your camera. So I'll come one by one. So first we'll start with Afrin. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for giving an opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Afrin Taj, and I am from Bangalore. I have done engineering from Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Technology in the year 2014. So after 2014, I was shifted to KSA, Saudi Arabia, and I got my first job in 2016 as an instructor. Later, after coming back to India, I started working as a freelancer, and I worked on Czech platform. Currently, I'm working in an NGO-based institute. Coming to my skills, my total CGPA was 8.59, and I have worked on Android-based application development, like live video streaming project. And I have also attended the workshops on mobile application based on Android. And I have good knowledge on C programming and MS Office. And in order to upskill...
Wait again. Kanakalakshmi, I'll not repeat once again. If you turn off your camera, I'll remove you from this call and I don't take your interview. This is for all of you. I don't want to repeat once again because I don't want to disturb the flow. I hope you understand. Continue, Afrin.
In order to upskill my skills, I have enrolled myself in QACircle Academy into SDET course, and I'm very much thankful to QACircle Academy and Basavanagara sir for providing me a roadmap to pursue my career as software test engineer. And then by coming to my strengths and weaknesses, my strength is I am optimistic person, and I'm eager to learn new things, and I'm a quick learner, and I am open to collaborate with team to do constructive work. And I try to complete my commitments on time. Coming to my weaknesses, I feel I cannot say no to people when they are in need. It's my weakness. And then coming to my hobbies are reading books, listening to informative stuff or lectures, and watching entrepreneurial shows like Dark Shank. Thanks, Shark Tank.
Next, Srikanth Raju. Introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Srikanth Raju. So I'm currently from Bangalore. I previously held as a data engineer trainee at Systech Software Solution Private Limited around 4 months. So I got the job as a on-campus placement. So my role in the company was to extract the data from various sources and to transform it and load it into a one data warehouse. So to transform it and to load it to one data warehouse, and I worked upon a SQL and a Python, and even in SQL and Python, I conducted transformed and manipulated the data from various sources and to load it into different warehouses. Like in Python, I used pandas and SQL like data transformations, and also conducted a data modeling. And unfortunately, I couldn't clear the criteria in that company, so I couldn't continue in that company. So now I'm currently working at Resource Pro Private Limited as an associate service delivery unit, where my role in this company is to it's basically a data entry task, performing on a data entry task. And my educations, I got my bachelor's of computer application in 2020, and I held a master's of computer application in 2022. And my ultimate goal is to get back to the IT industry. Thank you.
I'll come back to Amruta. Yes, madam. Introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Hello, sir. I'm Amruta. I'm from Kolar. I have completed my computer science engineering in Vrindavan College of Engineering at the year 2020. After a few months, I started preparing for civil service examination. After trying for 2 years, I wanted a financial independence. Being a computer science graduate, I could only think of joining the IT field. So I contacted QACircle for the assistance, and now I'm taking up full stack software testing course in QAC. Thank you.
Lokesh, why you joined so late? Lokesh Raj.
Network. Sir,
Now-
network problem.
Now you want to turn on your camera, or still you will say the same reason, network problem. Make sure you join on time. If you do it same thing in the real interview, nobody will select you in the interview. Quick, okay. Vaidehi, yes, madam. Can you please introduce yourself?
Okay. Hi all, I am Vaidehi. I am currently living in Bangalore, HSR. My native is Mangaluru, beautiful coastal city. I have completed my graduation in Information Science and Engineering in 2021 from SDM Institute of Technology, Ujjire. After graduation, I have joined Tata Consultancy Services. There, I have worked in insurance domain as a technical support. I was working in ticket management there, P3 tickets. Recently, I have resigned TCS and later I got married, and now I'm looking for the job opportunities in a fully technical platform. Coming to my hobbies, I like gardening, reading books, and doing yoga, etc. Thank you.
Next. Who want to continue? Ashwini Patil. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Hi, everyone. Thank you for giving me opportunity to introduce myself. I am Ashwini Patil. I am basically from Karnataka. Currently, I am staying in Pune. I have completed my graduation in 2018 in the stream of computer science. After my graduation, I worked in a non-technical background. After that, during COVID period, I take tuition and also I teach M1, M2 to diploma students. And after that, in 2022, I got married. And my short-term goal is to get a job in a reputed company. And my long-term goal is to achieve a good position where I can build my career and also help the organization too. And my strength is I'm a quick learner, and my weakness is I can't say no to the people who need me. And next, that's all about me. Thank you.
Yes, Kanakalakshmi.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Kanaka Lakshmi. I am from Bhadravati. I have completed my graduation in the year 2023 from Kalpataru Institute of Technology, Tipturu, in the stream of Computer Science and Engineering. And also I did internship on Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning in AI Robosoft company. My short aim is to get a job in a reputable company, and my long-term goal is work in an MNC company. My strength is I am a self-motivated person. My weakness is self-criticism. My hobbies are listening the music and gardening. This is about myself. Thank you.
Okay. So how to introduce as a fresher, how to introduce as an experience, I'll take that session once I complete a manual testing. So many people are lagging in that. Okay. Next, I'll go ahead with the Lokesh. You're on mute. Now you are in the world of internet. If you say I have a network issue and all, you cannot work from home. You're not like to work. Make sure you plan properly. Even I am also from village. In my village also there is no network. But I cannot say that, right? Company will not, they are not ready to accept your reason. They are paying your salary. So you should make an alternate solution. Lokesh, am I audible? Hello. So we have less. Lokesh, you do one thing. You can exit from this call. You join tomorrow morning mock interview. Make sure you have proper internet connection. Okay. You have a network issue. I'll remove you from this call. You can continue from tomorrow morning mock whatever I take. So make sure you have a proper internet connection. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I'll go ahead with Srikanth. Can you please explain waterfall model in detail?
Okay. So waterfall model it's basically a sequential incremental approach where one step should be completed to execute the others. Like one particular step should be one stage should be completed so that the other stage will begin execution. So there are different stages in a waterfall model, like requirement analysis, feasibility study, designing, coding, and testing, uh, testing, and then installation and the maintenance. So coming over to the requirement analysis, where customer provides the requirement analysis, the business analyst will go towards the customer place and he meets, interact with the customer, and he understand the business of about the customer, and he will collect the requirements, and then those requirements will be in the form of business. It will be converted to the software language. So next, coming over to the feasibility study. In a feasibility study, there will be a group of team members who will be handling the feasibility study, like architect, finance team, HR team, and developers and the testers. So architect, the role of an architect, he is the one who is going to conduct the meeting, and he is going to explain each and every, like whether we can finish this project or not with specified tools which we need for that project. He is going to mention those points. And the role of an finance team is to they are going to study the financial feasibility of the software, where whether after we are completing this project, or if we take this project, whether we are getting that profit margin, the expected profit margin, we are getting that or not. If we are less than 1% of that profit margin which we are expected, uh, that will be rejected. And moving on to the HR team, like HR team, uh, they are going to look for the candidates who are specifically skilled for that project. Like they are going to first look for the candidates who are in the bench poll period. If they are matching with the skill set about the project, then they are going to hire from the bench poll. If they do not have any candidates from the bench poll, they are going to hire from the open market for that specified skills required for that project. And moving on to the development team. So development team, they are going to start writing the code for the project. In this phase, the actual development is going to start. Uh, whether the senior developers, junior developers, freshers, they are going to start writing the code for each and every as per the customer requirement specifications. They are going to check and write all the logics and functions and the conditional loops. And after completion of a development, they are going to send it to, they are going to push the code to the testing team. So now the testing role of a testing team is like identifying the defects in that application. Like if they find any defects in the application, they will report it back to the development team. The development team, they are going to rectify those issues or defects, and then they are going to push back to the development testing team. Now testing team, once they will settle the final settlement, only then the project will be moved to the next step. So the next step is like installation. So like after completion of a testing, uh, uh, we are going to install the product into the customer client server, and then after installation, we are going to do the maintenance. This is the last step of a waterfall model, where we are going to deploy the product to the customer, and then if a customer finds any defects, he is going to report it back. He is going to raise the bug, and then he is going to report it back to the development team. Now the development team role is to fix the bugs. If there is any big issues or defects, they are going to fix the bug. Then again, they will send it to the testing team. Then after testing team approvals, then they are going to maintain according to the customer requirement. So should I need to explain the advantages, disadvantages?
Yes, advantages, disadvantages, and application.
Okay, so waterfall, the main advantages of a waterfall model is like we are going to get a stable product at the end. Like we are going to freeze the requirement, so we are not going to make any changes in the requirement at the middle stage of software development. So because
Fine.
of that reason,
Stop. Okay. Now, Kanakalakshmi, continue wherever he stopped. Advantages, disadvantages, and applications of waterfall model.
Yes. Advantages of waterfall model. Since we are freezing the requirement in the after feasibility study, we get a stable product at the end of the product development, because we not change in the design and code stage, and total investment is less. And disadvantages of waterfall model, there is no customer satisfaction. If customer asks for any changes, we will not able to incorporate the product, and it is not a flexible model to adapt the changes.
We will not be able to incorporate in the product development.
Okay. And it is not a flexible model to adapt the changes. Backtracking is not possible in the waterfall model. When we cannot go back and change the requirement once we reach the design stage, and and testing phase is a testing is in the waterfall model. It is a small phase. Is there any bug in a requirement stage or design stage? It is leading to till end of the product development. We cannot testing the requirement stage and design stage, and it leads to lot of rework at the end of the project development. And application, whenever we want to develop simple application, we go with this model. Whenever we develop the short term model, we can go with this model. And whenever we sure about a requirement and there will be no change, then we will go with this model.
What is the difference between white box testing and black box testing?
White box testing, it is done by developer. Black box testing, it is done by test engineer. In white box testing, developer test each and every line of code, each line by line. It is called white box testing. Black box testing, test engineer verify the functional behavior of an application according to the requirement specification. In white box testing, developer look into code and test the logic of the code. And in the black box testing, where test engineer verifying the feature whether it is according to the requirements or not. And white box testing, here any developer want to do the white box testing, they would have a knowledge on internal design of code and also programming. In black box testing, no need to have a knowledge of internal design of code and programming to do the black box testing.
Amruta, can you please explain spiral model in detail? Then I'll come back to Vaidehi, prepare Agile methodology. Yes,
The
Amruta, go
spiral
ahead.
the spiral model is basically used to overcome the defects in the disadvantages in the waterfall model. In the spiral model, when we go for this model when the requirements are given in the stages. When the let us consider an example where a customer requests for a software which consists of 4 features like A, B, C, and D. The business analyst will meet the customer and take the requirements from the customer, which is in the business language, and then he will convert that into the software requirement specification. Requirements, and then then the software requirements are given to the development team. Now the development team, they will design and code for the feature A, write a code for the feature A, and then they will send it to the testing team. Now the testing team, they will test for the feature A, and then it will be once the testing team approves that there is no further defects, then it is sent to the customer. Once customer verifies and approves the feature A, then the requirements for the feature B is collected. now the development team, they will design and code the feature B, and they will send it for the testing team for the testing. I missed something, like the testing team, once the designing of the feature E is completed, they will okay, no, sorry, so I'm getting confused.
No problem. Okay. I'll pass this question to Afrin. Take it up. Spiral model.
Spiral model is a model of software development life cycle, wherein we make use of this model to develop a application which has interdependency between the modules. So in the first stage, the business analyst will collect the requirements from the customer, which will be in business language, which will be translated in software language, and these requirements will be given to the designing team, who will design the first feature of the project. After designing the first feature of the project, they will hand over to the development team. After developing the feature A, they will give it to the testing team. The testing team will look for the bugs in feature A. If it is approved, then if it is approved, it's moved to the next stage, or else they will report it back to the development team to fix the defect, and again it's undergoes testing, and once it is approved, it is given to the second stage. In second stage, customer will be allowed to give features for second feature, requirements for feature B. After collecting the requirements for feature B, it has been handed over to the design and development team to design and develop the feature B. After developing the feature B, it is given to the testing team. The testing team will test for feature B, working of feature B and working of feature A, along with the integration of feature A and feature B. Once it is approved, it is moved to the third stage. In the same way, all the features are tested here. But if the customer wants to make some changes in previous feature, then we have to check, is it for minor requirement changes or major requirement changes. If it is for minor requirement changes, we need not repeat the cycle. Instead, we can do it along with the second cycle, along with the development of feature B. If it requires 80% of rework, then we have to complete the previous cycle of feature A, and then we have to go for feature B. After testing phase of all the features, this entire process is called as spiral.
Advantages, disadvantages.
Advantages of spiral model is testing is done at the beginning. Requirement stages are allowed at the beginning stage, and testing is done in every cycle. Since testing is done in every cycle, we can have good open communication with the customer is allowed to give his feedback on the software, because he's allowed to test the feature in every cycle. And then because of this, the investment is also done in proper manner. This is the advantage. And since disadvantage of spiral model is requirement is done only at the requirements are allowed only at the beginning of the cycle, and this spiral model resembles the waterfall model. Every cycle resembles the waterfall model, so testing is allowed only, it's not done in requirement stage and design stage. So this is a disadvantage. Application of spiral model is, it is used whenever there is interdependency between the modules. And also it is used when customer is giving requirements stage by stage, and we have to develop the software stage by stage. Example would be any e-commerce website wherein there is dependency between features.
Okay. Now let's come back to the Vaidehi. Yes, madam. Go ahead.
Agile methodologies. Agile methodology is a incremental or iterative.
Next, Ashwini Patil, V&V model. Be prepared.
Iterative approach where customer keeps on changing the requirement. As a company should be flexible enough to take up all the changes and test, develop, design, develop, and deliver the changes in the time frame. In the Agile methodology, the first priority of this method is customer satisfaction, where delivering the working piece of software as soon as possible. The principles of Agile methodology are the first priority is, as I said earlier, it's a customer satisfaction by delivering the working piece of software as soon as possible. Then here the release cycles will be really short, so customer no need to wait for a longer period of time. There will be a lot of meetings between testing team and development team to improve the working progress. Agile methodology is easy to adopt. Then
It's a simple model.
It's a simple model, and it is easy to adopt. Then advantages of the Agile methodology is it is easy to adopt. It's a simple model and it is easy to adopt. Here release cycles are short, so customer no need to wait for a longer period of time. There will be a good communication between all the team members like business analyst, test engineer, and development and project owners. Then there will be and disadvantages of the Agile method are if we want to join the Agile project, the person should be aware of the should have the experience or should be aware of the Agile terminologies. If the customer is giving if the customer is not aware or giving the wrong requirement, entire project might be break. Then if the project is complex, it will be tough to do the effort estimation in this model. Yeah. Then what is Agile testing? Testing the software by following the Agile principle is called Agile testing. Types of Agile methods are Scrum model, extreme programming, feature-driven model, lean and Kanban, crystal clear, then dynamic software development method, and adaptive software development method. Here, Scrum model is a framework which is used to test the software by following the Agile principles. Then few are the Scrum terminologies: pigs, chicken, epic, user stories. Here, pigs are the people who are directly involved in the project. They will try to complete the work done in the given time as much as possible. Chicken are the people who brings the project to the company and make the work done by other team members like vice presidents or directors. Example for pigs are developers or test engineers. User story. One functionality is called user story. User stories are the one or more user story are called as user stories. Epic is a collection of user stories. Then product backlog. Product backlog is a collection of user stories in the beginning of project that has to be done by the product owner. Then
Scrum meeting, sprint planning meeting.
Okay.
Sprint
Meeting. Sprint meeting is done in the first day of the sprint cycle. It is done by the Scrum Master, where they will be discussing where business analyst will give the customer requirement and explain what are the features has to be done. And they will discuss how many user stories are there in the product backlog, and what are the user stories that has to be done in this particular sprint cycle. Product owner, he is the one who will be interacting with the customer. He is the one who will be defining the features, and he will be the one prioritizing the features and adjusting the features according to the production environment at that sprint. And product owner, test engineers and developers, once the product is completed, they has to give the demo to product owner. Their product owner will be checking the created software and deciding whether continuing with this or not. And product owner sometimes assigns the tasks to test engineers or teammates. It's depending on the company. In some companies, test leads will be distributing the task. Scrum Master. Scrum Master is the one who is driving the Agile methodology. He is the main facilitator, and he is the one who is making sure that the working piece of software is delivered within the period of time. And Scrum Master is not a tester nor a developer. He will taking the project workflow. He will checking all the workflow through the tools like Jira. He will be mainly involved in writing the user stories or Epic. Senior developers, senior test engineers, product owner can become the Scrum Master. Then
Okay. Next, Ashwini, go ahead. Good
Thank you.
preparation. Right. Yeah, best. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Verification and validation model. What is verification? Verifying the customer requirement specification, software requirement specification, high-level design, low-level design, according to the customer requirement specification is called as verification. Here we are ensuring that we build a product right, software and right, product right, software right, and system right. What is validation? Testing the functional behavior of an application, we call it as a validation. Here we are ensuring that we built a right product, right software, and did we follow the right system. And whenever customer gives the requirement, business analyst, he will collect the requirement. This requirement will be in the form of business this requirement will be in the form of business language. He will translate it into high level language, and after that he will send the requirement to project manager. In the stage 1, project manager, he will send one copy of CRS document to development team and another copy of CRS document to testing team. And development team, they will start converting CRS to SRS. And meanwhile, testing team, they will do some following activities, like they will review the CRS and they will check, is there any conflicts in the requirement, is there any missing requirement, is there any wrong requirement, and they will write the acceptance test plan and they will write the acceptance test cases. While reviewing the CRS document, if testing team identify any defect, they will communicate it back to the development team, and development team, they have to update the CRS document, and whatever they have converted CRS to SRS, they have to update it simultaneously. In the stage 2, once the CRS document is ready, development team, they will start converting SRS into HLD, and testing team, they will do some following activities, like they will review the SRS just to ensure that whether all the customer requirement specification is converted to SRS, and they will also cross verify whether development team converted CRS to SRS, and they will write the system test plan and also they will write the system test cases. By this time, development team is ready with HLD, and project manager in the stage 3, he will send HLD document to development team and another copy of HLD document to testing team. And the development team, they will convert HLD into LLD, and testing team, they will do the same following activities, like they will review the HLD and they will write the integration test plan and integration test cases. In the stage 4, project manager, he will send the By this time, development team, they will start LLD to actual product by writing the code. And project manager, he will send one copy of LLD to testing team, and testing team, they will review the LLD and they will write the functional test plan and functional test cases. And before send the product to the testing team, development team, they will do one round of unit testing or white box testing. Testing each and every line of the code in the program is called as a white box testing. And after that, testing team, they will carries out the functional testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. This process, we called it as a verification and validation project development. Coming to the advantages, requirement testing is done in early stage of the product development, so which avoids the downward flow of defect and also reduces the lot of rework. And testing is involved in every stage of the product development, so time taken to test the application is less. And here software quality will be good, and initial investment is, and total investment is less, because here there is no downward flow of a defect, and requirement changes are allowed, and deliverables are parallel because both the testing team and development team are working simultaneously. And coming to the disadvantages, initial investment is more because right from the beginning testing team is needed. And next, difficult to manage the interaction between the developer and test engineer, and more documentation work is involved because of test plan, test case, and all other document. And application, we go with this model for long term project. When we want to develop the complex application, that time also we go with this model. And when customer is expecting high quality of the product within a stipulated time period, that time also we go with this model. Thank you.
Last question to Amruta. What are the difference between static testing and dynamic testing?
Okay, static testing is the testing software testing. It is tested without executing the code. In this, we will ensure that the software we will check the software in the early defects in the software in the early stages of the software testing life cycle, so that we can avoid the downward flow of the defect. In the documents that we review in this testing are requirements, design, test cases, test plan, etc. Whereas in the dynamic testing, in this phase we will check for the functionality of the software.
Okay. Answer half. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ prepare ಆಗಿ madam. Don't get nervous. I guess you're stuck. Internet is, you have a network issue. Am I audible, Amruta?
Yes.
Okay. So a little bit you need to work it. You need to prepare. Still, it's a first mock. Just wanted to see how many are interested to join. So everybody prepared well. So Amruta, you did not recall the concept whatever you prepared. Srikanth, while answering, you are going a little out of track. So please align to my notes, whatever I've given. So before you come to the final mock interview of manual testing, please prepare on a daily basis. That will help you to fetch a job. Okay. So good job, guys. I'll stop the recording.